Hi friends, I'd like to show you how to weave a heart. You can use it as a standalone piece of decor or as a decorative element in a larger arrangement. This tutorial is perfect for both beginners and experienced weavers alike. My name is Elena and you're watching the Weevyn channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's get started. So here's what you'll need. Approximately 7 moistened paper vine rods, cutters, polymer glue, knitting needle, 0.6 mm wire or floral wire, clothespins, an object with a round bottom and elongated sides. I'm using a deodorant bottle with a diameter of 1 11/16 inch. Try to find something with a similar diameter. Please don't forget to watch the video on our channel about how to moisten the rods and how to store them during your weaving project. First, we need to make a sturdy frame for the heart, which we'll then wrap with paper vine. We'll look at two options, one using wire and one without wire. First option, take your wire and straighten it if needed. Take a rod and insert the wire inside it. If the rod is moist, you might not be able to insert the wire on the first try. It can get stuck inside. If you run into this problem, try inserting the wire from the other end of the rod. Or try a different rod. Insert it slowly while twisting the rod itself so the wire doesn't hit the inner wall and get stuck. Watch my movements carefully. The easiest approach is to insert the wire into a dry rod, then moisten it, and start working with it, only when the rod reaches the right moisture level for weaving. I have inserted the wire into the rod. I'll adjust it so the wire doesn't stick out from the rod. I trim the wire, all done. I fold the prepared rod in half. I press the fold point firmly with my fingers. This creates a V shape. I take my form, place it inside the folded rod. Then I lay the ends of the rod along the shape of the bottle. They wrap around it, and I press them again. This is how we create the rounded ends of the rod. Without a firm form, it's difficult to achieve the smooth, rounded shapes of the heart. Remove the form. The rounded ends of the rod need to be joined at the center of the heart, and we need to give it the desired shape. Once you've settled on the shape of the heart, glue the ends of the rod together. Apply a little glue to one end and join the ends together. You can hold them with your hands or use two clothespins to secure the gluing spot. Wait a bit for the glue to dry and bond the ends of the rod. Take a rod and press it along its entire length. This helps prevent the rod from tearing or creasing from multiple bends. It becomes like a flat ribbon. Add a drop of glue to the tip and attach this rod to the main part of the heart on the back side, at the center of the heart. Press the glued area firmly and wait for a bit. You can secure it with clothespins and wait. Here's what it looks like from the back and front. There's some wire sticking out from the ends of the rods here. I'll trim that off. The ends of the wire can ruin the weaving. Second option for making the heart frame without wire. So if you don't have wire, we'll make the frame from a rod without wire. Take a rod and carefully fold it in half. Take the deodorant bottle and round out the ends of the rod by wrapping them around the bottle. They take on a rounded shape, exactly what we need. Press them again with your fingers. Remove from the form. Place the heart frame on thick cardboard. Fold the cardboard in 2 layers for the right thickness. Shape the heart frame with your hands. Then glue the ends together and position them at the center of the heart. Secure them in 2 places with clothespins. Once the glue has set a bit, shape the final form of the heart and pin the frame along its outline with needles. Leave it to dry completely. When the frame is fully dry and firm, glue the first weaver to the middle part of the heart and begin weaving. You can't glue it earlier. It would dry out too. And for weaving, we need a moist weaver. So the heart frame is ready and the first weaver is glued to the middle part of the heart. I'll leave a clothespin on the middle part of the heart and start wrapping the frame. Note that the weaver passes behind the lower part of the heart frame. Press the rod again along its full length and at the point of the first fold. Take the end of the weaver and bring it into the right side of the heart. Make a full wrap with the weaver around the heart frame. Then it returns to the same spot, pointing downward. Make sure the rub is exactly in the middle and lies tight against the frame. Then take the end of the weaver again and bring it back into the right side of the heart, going inside. Make sure the wraps lie tightly. Adjust them if needed. The weaver goes around the center from behind and comes out in front through the left side of the heart. If the rod has twisted around itself, straighten it so it lies flat and neat. Then bring the weaver down and back, where it goes around the left side of the heart frame. After that, the weaver passes inside the left part of the heart and goes forward. Lay the weaver over the center of the heart toward the right side. Insert the weaver inside the right side of the heart. Pull it through to the back. Adjust all the wraps. They should lie tight against the frame. So let's check. We've made 3 wraps, left, center, and right. The left and right sides of the heart should always be symmetrical, with the same number of wraps on each side. Next step, the weaver enters the right side of the heart again from the front, creating a wrap on the far right part of the heart frame. Then it goes to the left, wraps around the center of the heart from behind, and comes out in front through the left side of the heart. The weaver wraps around the far left part of the heart frame, going backward, passes inside the left part of the heart, and goes forward. Next, lay the rod over the center and bring it inside the right side of the heart frame. Check the number of wraps on each side. There are 2 on each, and that's correct. I wanted to point out that you'll need to splice the weaver. It's important to do the splice in a hidden, inconspicuous spot so it doesn't affect the finished look. The splice line should ideally be in this area of the weaving. Here's what it looks like on the finished heart. Here are the splice points. You can still see them, but only on the back side and where the rows of weaving meet. Trim the weaver at a sharp angle, accounting for the splice. The splice line will be here. Take a new rod and even out its butt. Add a drop of glue inside the butt. Splice the weaver. The splice line is where we planned. You can wait a moment for the splice to bond better, or continue carefully. Hold the weaver at the splice point or elsewhere on the rod so you don't pull it apart. Press the rod along its full length. Then carefully insert the spliced weaver inside the right half of the heart. Pull it through to the back. From here, the weaving pattern repeats. Please weave 6 more wraps on each side on your own. The weaver has gotten shorter. Splice it. Continue weaving the same way. In the middle of the heart, the end of the first weaver that was glued to the heart frame is sticking out. Make a wrap with the weaver over it and press these wraps with your hand so this spot doesn't stick out. Continue weaving. Use your left hand to keep all the ropes under tension. Smooth out the weaver so it doesn't form wrinkles. Keep weaving. Now we've reached the point where we wrap the rounded parts of the heart. There are two, one on the left and one on the right. We'll wrap each one separately. Look at the finished heart. The left side is wrapped with the existing weaver, while the right side will be wrapped with a new weaver, inserted into the center of the heart. Since the weaver is on the left side of the weaving, we'll wrap the left part of the heart first. Wrap around the heart frame going backward and bring the rod from behind into the left side of the heart. Then bring the weaver out to the front. Direct the weaver to the right and wrap only the left side of the heart. Lay the wrap tightly against the previous weaving. Then the weaver goes from behind into the middle of the left side of the heart and comes out in front. While doing this, hold the last wrap to maintain tension in the weaving. Adjust the weaving, then make another wrap on the left and bring the weaver out to the front. Note that my weaver won't be long enough to finish the weaving on the left side of the heart. I'll splice it here. This way the splice point will be under less stress when wrapping the top part of the heart. I'll pull the rod out of the last wrap. It's easier to splice this way. I'm splicing the rod. Don't forget to carefully press the rod along its full length. Return it to its original position. Our splice point is in the middle. Continue weaving. The weaver goes backward and wraps around the frame. Returning through the center to the front. Don't forget to press the spot where the weaver will bend. Press all the weaving down and hold it in that position. I'm making the last long wrap, and I realize there's only room left for short wraps. I'm making the first short wrap, pressing it with my fingers. I lay the remaining wraps as tightly together as possible, as much as the weaving allows. For the third wrap, I make room in the weaving with the knitting needle and carefully make the wrap with the weaver. I assess whether there's room for another wrap. No room. I bring the weaver to the back. I turn the heart over. Here's how the weaver was hidden on the finished heart. I trim the weaver so its end can be tucked into the weaving. I make room in the weaving with the knitting needle and tuck the end of the rod under this wrap into the weaving. I press this part of the weaving with my fingers. I check all the wraps once more and adjust them if needed. Let's move on to weaving the right top part of the heart. Take a new rod. Choose where to insert the weaver so you don't disrupt the weaving pattern. I'll insert it from the right side, where the rod splices aren't visible, into the center of the heart. I make room for the rod with the knitting needle. I squeeze a little glue onto the tip of the rod and insert the rod. I check the weaving pattern once more, and I bring the weaver out through the middle of the heart frame to the front. I adjust the weaving so all the wraps lie tight, and even on both the left and right sides. I press the weaver along its full length and bring it inside the heart, going backward. Pull it through to the back. I maintain tension in the weaving and wrap around the right side of the frame. Then bring the rod back inside and to the back. I continue this way on each side. We've reached the point where it's best to splice the weaver. I've spliced the weaver. Don't forget to press it along its full length. Let's make one more long wrap on each side. There's little room left for weaving. Let's compare the number of wraps with the other side. There are 3 long wraps there, but only 2 here so far. We need to make one more long wrap. Then we'll press all the weaving down to make room for short wraps. Make 4 short wraps. After the last wrap, bring the weaver to the back and trim it. Tuck it under a wrap in the weaving. Adjust the weaving. We've finished weaving the heart. It's done. Let's make a finished decoration from the woven heart together. You just need to add a string to the heart. Cut 8 inches of string. Fold it in half and tie both ends together in a single knot. Using the knitting needle, make room in the center of the heart and push the string with its knot into the weaving. For extra security, you can add a drop of glue to the knot and tuck the string into the weaving. The decoration is complete. You should let the heart dry completely and coat it with a thin layer of acrylic varnish. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, like the video and do not forget to subscribe to the channel.